This is our 2020 Ford F-250 and 2020 North Star Liberty truck camper combination, and we are selling it as a package, or we'll sell just the camper by itself as an option, and if the camper sells, we will sell the truck possibly as a standalone vehicle. Now, we have a video that we just did with the truck camper, so if you haven't seen that already, make sure to watch that. I'll post that in the link above. It goes through all the details on this thing. And then we just also posted a video on the Super Duty, so you want to watch that for all the details on the build of it. This video, we're going to be covering what it looks like combined together and just kind of a general walk around of the truck camper and kind of why we chose this and what makes it so great. So let's get started. First thing is down the side. So in the camper video, we showed how there's no lights here that are built in. So this has a cutout, and so this cutout basically gives you access into the storage for the shovel, our Dewalt Pole Saw. This is also the power plug, the Anderson power plug for charging the batteries off of the truck, and the power connection from the truck just plugs straight into there, and that allows you to charge the camper off of the alternator, which is really handy, especially if you're in snow and the solar is not functional. Now, we don't drive the truck with the camper legs on, so you can see what it looks like with the camper legs on. Obviously they are exposed because they do stick out past the bumper, which is why we don't travel with them on, and they also add a lot of weight to the outside of the camper, a little more wind drag. So they store in the basement, which we showed you on that video. But that's what it looks like with it on there. These are the FastGuns, and the FastGuns are very quick. We have a video showing these, but basically just pop it down, slide it out, boom, off, and they're preset, and you label where they go, so they're pre-tensioned and very quick to load and unload the camper. These things have been phenomenal. They're spring loaded, so it maintains tension all the way around. Now, one of the things that's really nice with this camper is that it's only 7 foot wide, so it basically is similar to the overall max width of the truck, so it's minimal overhang on it, which is essential if you're going to be driving in narrow areas like in trees or even in parking spaces and not have it overhang the side of your truck so much. This is the most width I would choose on a truck camper for just a capability, drivability, on-road, parking, all these types of scenarios. So if you come down the side, you can see this is the pole saw, so you can reach in and disconnect the quick fist for this front connection and pull the pole saw out. The front camper jack is on a pivot, so it swings out to clear the rock sliders. This is actually made for dualies because of the extra width of the dually cab, but it makes it so much easier to load with having more space. It's not nearly as close to the body. And then when you're traveling, you can just swing it in and have it out of the way. Of course, with the camper jacks off here, it's a little more streamlined. You can see this front camper tie down goes to the rock slider, and that's a great solid connection point. We designed that to kind of integrate together. Coming around the front here, you can see the cab clearance. It's probably it's somewhere around 3 inches, I imagine, in that area. Now, one thing to note, the Super Duty 2017 and newer trucks are fully boxed frames if it's a pickup, not a cab chassis type of truck. And that's good to note, because if you're off-road and your suspension is articulating, that your frame will deflect. And it's amazing how much it'll twist. You can watch lots of videos on it, but what basically will happen is your bed will twist and your cab will twist opposite, and your camper can actually hit the roof of your truck cab. With the newer Super Duties, they're fully box frames. They're massive frames. We've had this thing completely twisted up, and I haven't seen any deflection in the truck bed to the truck cab. Very incredible in that regard. However, the truck camper itself will still kind of move around, and so you do want some space, just allow for some movement, because the camper tie downs are also spring loaded, so they're not going to be, they're meant to move some, but you just need to have some space in there. So I think that's about the right amount of space. If you have a huge amount of space, you're basically just creating extra wind drag and increasing the overall height of your camper more than it needs to be. So let's keep going around here. You can see kind of the front profile shot of the truck and kind of what the cab gap is up there is the fuel filler, and you'll notice that the FastGun is actually blocking the fuel filler from opening. So I guess it's an anti-theft device for your fill, but it also makes it necessary to remove this if you're filling up your tank with gas. So that's the beauty of this FastGun is, look how fast and easy it is to put it on and take it off. It's just extremely simple. It's already preset, so you're not having to rearrange, deal with chains and losing tension and so forth. So this filler is going to be, how we transfer fuel from the auxiliary tank, which is up here, which we showed in the truck video. But you can see it's basically just a straight drop into that tank, which makes it super easy and convenient to have access to it to refill. And you can see there's good access for both filling it up and transferring fuel between the truck camper and the truck itself. Now in the back, you'll remember our drain for the sink and the shower comes out the back of the camper, and this drain tucks between the bumper and the truck bed, and it's kind of hidden in the bumper there. Now if you're going to be using a gray collection bag like this 5-gallon collapsible, you basically just put the hose into here and connect it straight to the camper hose, and you've got a collection of water. You can just dump it out when it gets full. That's a really simple way to go if you're in a campground where you need to do collection. The 7-pin connection on the camper basically just runs those overhead lights, and it also kicks on the DC to DC charger, basically activates it, showing that the vehicle's running. So that's kind of how that part of it works. You can see the camper stairs here. They attach to this exterior mount bracket, and then we have a similar mount bracket inside the camper on the floor, and we have a video showing how that works, so you can actually carry them with you inside. And if you're fairly active and fit, you can actually just climb into the camper with the stairs not deployed, which we've done that for a long time. And even sometimes when we're carrying the stairs with us and we're just going in for lunch, we won't pull the stairs out. We'll just climb up and step over the stairs in the entry there. But if we're parked for a longer period of time, the stairs are really handy. They just make it so much less effort to get in and out of the camper. As you can see, it's pretty tall. So it is a bit of a hoist to get up there. Now, the camper jacks are wireless, which I don't think we showed the controller in the other video, but this basically allows you to run all 4 jacks electronically, wirelessly, either together or individually, which is really nice. So if you need to raise or lower, one button, or you can do 1 jack at a time. Really, really great way of doing it. It has a little battery in here, easy to replace if it gets dead, and it also has a backup cord you can connect to it. Just the best thing for loading, unloading these things. So much more efficient than trying to do the crank style or the drill style, or where you're running each jack separately and the whole thing is teetering around. You can actually keep it very controlled, so much safer. That is the general overview of our truck and camper combined together, all mounted up, ready for adventure and travel. And it's such a great setup. It works really, really well. We've completely gone through everything very carefully and made sure that everything is up to just ready to dial in and just travel with it. Obviously, we've put a lot of effort into making sure it's all detailed out and as clean as possible as well. So if you haven't already, check out the individual videos so you can see what the truck is, the camper is. And like I said, we are willing to sell the camper separately. Ideally, this combo is really designed to work together. So I think that would be the best case scenario if somebody can use the whole thing. And if not, the truck will be available possibly after selling the camper. So you're welcome to post up if you have any comments or questions. You'll want to look in the description down below for a link to all of the listing information on this with a ton more information. And if you're an information nerd like me, you'll love it. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for following along our adventures. And don't fret, we do have other plans and other builds in process, so we're not giving up on traveling or doing video and all that fun stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned.
Bye.